So the NHL season is about a week and a half in, and I want to talk about some teams that, in my opinion, have well exceeded expectations to start. Now, I know there's some teams that have fallen off a little bit, so I'll make a separate video about teams who I think will turn it around or maybe won't turn it around, but today we're talking about the early season success of these teams. So right off the gate, I think the Ottawa Senators are the first ones we need to talk about here. People are high on this team in the offseason, and rightfully so. They have a really great roster, and I honestly think that the Sens are just ready to get into the playoffs this season and have the roster to do it. With some of the league's top players like Timmy Stützle coming up, Claude Giroux looking really solid, and even Vladimir Tarasenko fitting nicely into that team, I think that the Ottawa Senators' strength comes with their goaltending, and Joonas Korpisalo looks pretty solid for them to start. They started off the season 3-1-0, and I would expect this victorious streak to continue for this team as they make a push for the playoffs. With teams like the Lightning having some injuries at goalie and now with Stamkos, this could be their year to break through in the Atlantic Division. The next team that I'm pretty happy with to start the season is the Philadelphia Flyers. I mean, talk about a team that had zero expectations heading into the season, and the Flyers have come out and proved us all wrong. Sean Couturier looks really good. Carter Hart is playing in vintage form with a .920 save percentage and a 2.0 goals against average, winning 3 of his 4 starts and showing why he's one of the best goalie prospects we've seen in a long time. I don't think that this team will stay at the top of the Metro Division. Obviously, they'll fall back down to the first overall favorites that we all know that they will be, but expect the Flyers to stay in games with competition. They clearly have some talent over there, and if they can rally around the defense that they have and excellent play from Carter Hart, I see no reason why this team couldn't be a little bit above the expectations that we all expected. The next team I want to talk about is the Arizona Coyotes. Now, I know they stand in the standings right now at 2-2-0, but I've liked what I've seen from them so far. Their young talent looks promising. Keller is looking fantastic for their team, and I think Logan Cooley could potentially be the Calder winner this year. He's come out and shown that he's one of the more underrated picks from recent drafts, and I just think this team is incredibly fun. Even if they don't have their stadium yet, you should tune into this hockey club every now and then because they're going to make some of the best teams in the league run for their money for underestimating them. And the last team that I want to talk about that looks pretty solid to start the season is the Detroit Red Wings. They start off the season 3-1-0 as well, and in my opinion, I think the Atlantic Division is going to be competitive with some of these wildcard teams. The Sabres are at the bottom right now, expect them to turn it around, but adding DeBrincat was a solid move for this Red Wings team as he's already got 4 goals on the season and is a great compliment to Dylan Larkin. Their goaltending looks good. They're getting solid play from Reimer and Ville Husso at the moment, and I think that Moritz Seider is going to turn into an absolute stud as the season goes along. But these are the teams that I think have exceeded expectations so far. Let me know if there's somebody I missed who maybe is playing well above what we actually thought they were going to be this offseason. Like this video, comment your thoughts. I'll be putting out a fluke one next with all the teams who I think have played terribly to start the season, but maybe we'll turn it around. I'll see you guys in the next one.